Since I discovered at the patrician's palace that the killer got in through the barrels, I'm wondering if it was enough reason for, Luton to climb into one. Come on. I know you want to do it.
Just like Samael, as far as I could tell, the palace was due to buy some more wine. As far as I could tell, they would be collecting it sometime soon.
Oh, perfect. So now we know that there's going to be a pickup. Time to get into that barrel. Although, wait. I want to talk to Nobby about these bandages. Why did Mankin get his mankini all up in a bundle about it?
Just thought we could have a Oh, all right then.
All right then.
Make it quick.
I'll make it very quick.
Do these mean anything to you? Well, it could be the work of a plaster surgeon. A plaster surgeon? Yeah, they're cosmetic surgeons for trolls.
Oh.
Some troll's on the run, wants to change his face. Well, he goes to a plaster surgeon. The Watch would like to get their hands on any plaster surgeons working in Ankh-Morpork, I can tell you.
Oh, it's that guy.
Don't you want to know where I got them? They're just some plaster-soaked bandages. Why would I be interested? Nobby, do you ever actually do any detective work? Well, I'm only a corporal. I'm beginning to understand how detritus got to be sergeant.
Oh, the plaster surgeon is the sculptor guy. So that explains stuff.
I guess I'll see you around.
See you around, Nobby. You actually helped. Is he back now? Rodan. Rodan is a plaster surgeon. He changes faces. He probably changed Therma's face. Or something. Right. Back to Cafe Ankh. And back to the barrel thing that we were doing.
I had a long wait, but it paid off.
We are in the pantry of the palace, which is probably one of my favorite places to be in. I love being in pantries. They're so stocked.
The wine barrels had allowed me to break into the palace. It didn't speak too highly of the palace's security, but I wasn't complaining.
No.
There really wasn't anything useful I could do with the barrels.
How did you fit inside one? They're quite small for a guy of your stature. Boxes.
I couldn't think of anything useful to do with the boxes. The storeroom was filled with boxes of food and supplies. I guess even the patrician had to eat every now and then.
What if I turn into a wolf here? Ah, there's a little bit of magenta. Faint red mist, that's the wine.
The magenta scent was too faint for me to remember it well. My killer had definitely been here.
A while ago, though.
I guess they didn't have an open door policy. The door was locked. I thought I could make out voices, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. I guess they didn't have an open door policy.
Well, you could open the door forcefully, but I guess we're not here to announce our presence. Double doors, door.
I guess they didn't have an... The door was locked. I thought I could... The double doors were more stately than the others leading from the hall. I reckoned that it led to the oblong office, the patrician's personal sanctum.
Yeah, we should probably go in there.
I could hear a conversation on the other side of the door, but I couldn't quite make out what was being said. The only noticeable scent in the hallway was someone's trail which led to the double doors.
Trail of navy scent. Do I have that? Navy.
It was the same scent.
But who was it?
Notice
We don't know whose it was.
the double doors were... Silence. Perhaps I should try a different door.
Ooh, I can try the doors as a wolf, eh? Oh, maybe I can hear better.
I could hear what I could only assume was some of the patricians' clerks talking.
I do wish people would bear in mind how much paperwork everything is for us.
I know just what you mean. Have you seen file LEW-006/EXW? First, he steals a crowbar.
And that's a T-1712 form straight away.
Exactly.
No respect for the patricians, spies and clerks. That's the trouble with this city.
I think they're talking about me. I did go on a crowbar stealing spree.
Oh, the crowbar's only the start, believe me. I've got 2 counts of murder.
Ha! That's an FO86B just to get the list of forms you need.
Tell me about it. And as if that wasn't enough, he's only gone and died.
Ah, not another D2317E. I hate those.
Worse, a D66/004B.
Another murder? Oh, I haven't finished the paperwork from Cypher's death yet.
Still, I have to look on the bright side.
What's that then?
At least he hasn't come back from the grave.
Or has he?
Oh, I know what you mean. Those undead citizenship forms are the worst.
No consideration, that's the trouble. No consideration of us hard-working bureaucrats.
The clerks soon returned to their paperwork.
Sorry for being such a paperwork bother. Alright, let's listen to the double doors.
As a wolf, my hearing was dramatically improved. I could recognize one of the voices as Commander Vimes, and the other voice had the calculating tones of Lord Vetinari, the patrician of Ankh-Morpork.
Are you any closer to a solution for our mutual problem? No, sir. I've been occupied. Indeed. And what could occupy you? There was a string of copycat killings. I've been trying to solve them. And have you? No. My lead suspect was killed. That is very unfortunate. It certainly was for Luton. So there has been no progress in determining who killed Cypher? Not as such.
Cypher, I assume, is the clerk that got killed.
I had been given to understand that this was precisely the situation you were well equipped to handle. I will solve this case, sir. You can count on me. Do you recall what I said the city reminds me of? You said it reminds you of a clock, sir. Indeed. Big wheels and little wheels, all turning at different speeds to keep the machine working. That, after all, is the most important thing. The machine keeps going. You've told me this before. Do you know why it keeps working? Because you want it to keep working? I'm flattered that you think I have such importance. But no, it keeps running because the people believe it will keep running. Faith is a powerful force. There is a point to this, sir? I always have a point. Sometimes it's sharper than others. I'm sorry. Continue. One of my clerks has been found face down in a vat of wine, and that makes it appear as if the administration has lost control. And the administration is me, right? We are all the administration. You do the work, and I take both the credit and the blame. Provided I do not take the blame, I am content. I trust I make myself clear. Perfectly.
Suddenly I could smell blood.
Oh, I need to get out of there.
It filled up my senses like a night in a forest. Except a night in a forest didn't make me want to tear someone's throat out.
Wait, did someone get did the patrician stab?
I didn't know whether the guard had cut himself or if I was just developing a healthy bloodlust, like any young werewolf. But I couldn't control myself.
Oh, I tore into a guard.
The next thing I knew, I was in my office. I had no idea how I got there, how I got my coat out of the palace, or where I'd got a traffic cone from. It had been that sort of night. I was sitting at my desk, thinking over the case, when there was a knock at the door.
I understand you've been a busy boy, Luton.
Remora Salachi?
It's a busy life when you're a private investigator. Plus you get to see interesting foreign places and learn a trade.
There was a commotion at the palace last night. Perhaps you know about it?
No idea.
What goes on at the palace has nothing to do with me.
Indeed it is not. And if for some reason you did take an interest in the palace, I'm sure you would not be so foolish as to be caught breaking into the palace.
Of course not. Think I'm suicidal?
Strange you should say that. I heard you'd been killed.
I expect you hear a lot of things that aren't true. I bet someone has to explain them to you using very small words.
The thing is, the intruder at the palace appears to have been a werewolf.
There's a lot of that around this time of year, I understand. Must be the moon.
I paid my respects to your grave.
Oh, that was nice of you.
It was empty.
Yeah, since I'm here at my desk now.
Oh, you know how it is. I get claustrophobic in narrow spaces.
So do werewolves, perhaps?
I wouldn't know about that.
Remember when I said how disappointed I was that I couldn't take you out for free?
Oh, that was a very touching sentiment.
Well, Lord Vetinari has generously offered to pay for the inhumation of last night's intruder.
He has a big heart.
It's a shame no one can find it.
Was there a point to your visit?
I was just passing through.
Well, that was very nice of you. Now, if you'll be on your way.
Thought you might benefit from my advice.
Cheers.
How generous of you.
Well, I'll be on my way.
The door's behind you. I can explain how to use it if you want.
Watch your steps, Luton. I will be.
Yikes, that was a close one. Huh. I wonder if Al-Kali is still following me.
Al-Kali was still following me.
Yes, of course he was. Alright, I think I'm gonna talk to Mankin a little bit more. Well, not to Mankin, but maybe there's some remnants of the plaster surgeon in here.
There was nothing I could do with the stage other than be glad I didn't have to perform on it.
I don't want to go on stage. Anything she might have left?
It all looked like junk to me.
Junk.
It all looked like...
Junk, junk, junk.
What do you know? I can see my face in the mirror.
At least I'm not a vampire. What about the other room? Still no one in here, since it's a murder scene.
Wanted, bedmaker and laundryman for Unseen University. $2 for each day survived. Contact Mrs. Foames at the new hall.
Well, what do you know? Well, this was, pretty easy to miss. I just checked it because I wanted to see more funny dialogue. But, they should have given you the location from Mankin. It's easy to miss this.
Is this a good time for a friendly chat? Given that there's never a good time for a friendly chat, I guess it's as good as any.
Exactly. Now what did I write down? Bedmaker and laundryman.
I hear there's a job going for a bedmaker and laundryman up at Unseen University. Oh yeah, there's always a job going for a bedmaker and laundryman up there. That has to be the worst job imaginable. I can imagine worse, but that doesn't fill me with confidence. I decided not to bore Mankin with the details of the murders. It was probably bad enough to have had one in his establishment without me going on about it, tempting though it was to watch the little rats squirm.
So where is it? Where's New Hall? I don't really see it. Where is it? Oh, New Hall. This big fucking building in the center of the screen. Fuck's sake.
Unseen University was positioned along a large stretch in the River Ankh, and its campus was convoluted enough that it was hard to tell where the university ended and the city began. It would be wrong to say that the people of the city respected the wizards of the university, and it would be wrong to say that they hated them. In fact, all you could really say was that both the citizens and the wizards were glad of the wall that stopped them from having to socialize on a daily basis. Mrs. Foames?
Yes, I am she. What do you want?
May I come in?
No, you may not.
I've come about the job.
Is that a fact? Very well, you may enter. But wipe your feet. I won't have the help messing up the carpets.
What carpets? It's stone. Are you stoned, Mrs. Foames?
Now, you've come for the job, Mr.
Luton. And yes, I am interested in the job.
Well, as the head chambermaid, the decisions about hiring staff falls on my shoulders. Do you have any experience?
No, but I'm a fast learner.
Well, the pay is $2 a day. There are no perks. If you want it, it's yours.
I do want it.
Can you tell me about Unseen University?
It's not the business of help to discuss their employers.
Is it dangerous working here? Only I heard that one of the wizards was murdered.
Don't let that bother you, Mr. Luton. The affairs of the staff are not our concern.
You don't think I'm in any danger?
Goodness, no. The odd death is just the natural course of campus politics, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's a shocking turn of affairs, but we mustn't question it. Dead men's pointy boots, and all that.
All we need to focus on are beds and laundry. Dead men's pointy boots. Did I write
Now,
that
do you
down?
want the job or not?
Sure. Dead men's pointy boots.
Dead men's pointy boots?
Yes. No questions asked as to the manner of their emptying, if you know what I mean.
I see. I'll take the job. When do I start?
You can start now by making the beds. The dorm is through that door. I advise you to leave before the students get back.
Why?
Boys will be boys, Mr. Luton. And apprentice wizards are the worst kind of boys imaginable.
All right, I will go do my job then.
I guess I'd better get to work.
Very good.
Right, to work and inspecting shit.
The lair of the redoubtable Mrs. Foames, the head chambermaid. Mrs. Foames?
Well? What do you want? I haven't got time to waste talking to you, you know.
Oh, nothing.
I guess I'd better get to work.
Indeed you should.
Where am I going? The other way, Luton. Beds. Oh wow, there's a lot.
The octagon board appeared blank to my eyes, but I had a feeling there was something written on it I couldn't see. A few sticks of chalk, a type of chalk made from octarine carbonate, were resting on the top of the board.
Can I grab it? Ooh, can I use that envelope? Because it probably has something written on it that I can't see.
I resisted the urge to wipe the board clean with that.
I didn't want to wipe it clean.
It was hardly the ideal.
Oh, what
the
a
octarine board. Have you?
Smart Alec.
I guess it was my job to make the beds. Watch how fast I go. For a brief moment, I considered actually making the beds. Fortunately, good sense prevailed.
Yeah, we're busy doing other stuff, but damn, it's messy.
The students had their very own unlockers to keep their possessions in.
Unlockers.
This locker seemed to wobble slightly. Unlike the other unlockers, this one seemed to be levitating a few inches above the ground. Probably one of the students' cantrips that hadn't worn off yet. As for the unlocker's contents, the less said about them, the better.
We don't want to know.
This unlocker seemed rugged, if slightly beaten up. I searched the unlocker, but found nothing I wanted to think too hard about.
Again, a need-to-know basis. With disturbing... Oh, wait! I always forget to transform into wolf form. I will do that. Disturbing aroma.
Even as a human, I could smell something very disturbing coming from this particular unlocker. Given the smell of the unlocker, I was grateful it was locked. This sturdy-looking unlocker seemed in better condition than the others. The only interesting thing I could find in the unlocker was some books. I guess the rumors about the students weren't true. They did do some studying. What have we got? Occult primer. Monster fun grimoire. Full-o-myth. The theory of thaumic imponderability. Lost temples of the great Nev. What have occult lost?
So, nothing that I would need. I can go in there, but wolf form.
The dorm was full of the jangling sense of the students. But the most surprising thing was the octarine board. As a wolf, I smelt the words on the board. The chalk marks showed up as sparkling traces against the odorless board. It seemed to be a list of subjects the young apprentices were studying. Occult perils of lace-making, basic myth and monsters, principles of thaumic imponderability, and temples of the great Nev. Under the list of subjects were the words, "You must read a chapter on each before the next lecture." I was pretty sure I'd learned all I was going to learn from using my wolf senses here.
Okay, next room, please. A temporary space. Fascinating. Oh, hello, porter.
The burly porter had inflexible written all over him in large ironclad letters.
What are you doing here?
The name's Luton. I'm working for Mrs. Folmes.
You're the new bed maker, eh? Well, you can't come any further than this, Luton. Wizards only in the library.
Wizards only?
Well, wizards, apprentices, and orangutans.
Are you a porter?
No, I'm a bledlow, and there's a difference, all right?
Is there really a difference?
What's a bledlow?
We look after the students.
Look after them?
Just like the watch looks after the city.
You throw your weight around and beat them senseless when they do something wrong?
That's about the size of it, yeah.
Fair enough.
You don't mess with the lobsters.
Lobsters?
Just a nickname we've picked up over the years.
Why?
If you see us get our hands on a student, you'll understand.
You don't have to describe students so hungrily.
You make it sound like you're hunting them down.
Yeah, you make it sound like it's a favorite pastime.
Of course. All students are guilty of everything.
Wow, you're creepy.
Where are all the students?
They're off playing Unseen University Challenge against the students from the Assassin's Guild.
What does that involve?
I don't know. Given the way most sports are conducted round here, it probably involves a very careful inspection of half the pubs in Ankh-Morpork.
Cool game.
What makes you say that?
Heard of the City and Guilds?
No.
When the guilds started setting up their own colleges, there was a lot of rivalry between the various students.
Rivalry?
Well, the university students used to be ambushed by gangs from the guilds, really.
Used to be.
Well, given the faculty's relaxed attitude to sudden death, most of the staff preferred dead students on account of them being easier to teach. But I gather the guilds decided that enough was enough because all the bodies around the place made it very hard to open doors.
So what did they do?
They founded the City and Guilds Match. See, the idea was to carry a football right from the outskirts of the Shades to the Tower of Art, goals being scored by kicking the ball through the door of certain landmarks.
What sort of landmarks?
The sort with names like the Mended Drum, the Bunch of Grapes. The scoring team was bought drinks by the other teams, you see. And after a few years, the Arch-Chancellor ruled that only one goal could be scored in each pub since the match had, for 3 years running, it had gone on for a month.
What's this got to do with Unseen University Challenge?
Well, the university tends to leave the City and Guilds Match to the guilds. They prefer a more cerebral challenge.
Such as going straight to the pub, not passing go, and not bothering to come back?
That'd be my guess, yes.
So they're not coming back?
Well, they'll be back. They need to come to the library to get their course books.
Sounds just like every other university.
Have you heard of the Temple of Anu Anu at Al-Khali?
I'm just a Bledlow Luton.
Okay, Bledlow, what do you know about Deadman's Pointy Butte?
Have you heard the expression, dead men's pointy boots?
Of course.
What does it mean?
Well, towards the upper levels of magic, where the number of positions get few and far between, wizards advance primarily by the untimely death of their bosses.
And the pointy boots?
Well, the point is, no questions are asked as to the emptying of those pointy boots.
So you literally, if you want that job, you need to take it forcefully by killing your boss. Interesting dynamic. Christmas parties must be pretty awkward.
Do you know anything about Cypher's murder? I hear the reader of esoteric occultism was murdered.
Yep. Old Mathan was so full of poison, even the worms wouldn't touch him.
He was poisoned?
That's right. Right here in the Widdershins wing of the university.
You don't sound concerned.
I just keep an eye on the students. The wizards can do what they like to each other.
Who do you think killed Matham?
That shouldn't be hard to work out, eh? Just see who fills his shoes.
Isn't it a very big giveaway? Like, oh, I killed this dude. I'm gonna take his shoes, and then people will know that I killed him.
You think it was an internal matter?
I don't see why not. No one else has got a reason to be killing wizards, have they, eh?
You do strike up a fair point.
Do you know anything about the counterweight killings?
It's not...
Well, I'd better leave. I tried to head down to the library, but the porter stopped me.
Wizards only in the library.
So I need to become an apprentice or distract him somehow. Damn. So close. Can I just access the library and tell them, hey, I'm a detective. I need access there. I guess it doesn't work that way.